Hello, everyone. It's Shane Conto, your Wasteland reviewer, and welcome to the Streaming Wasteland here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network. And this is my weekly show where each Friday I choose three streaming services and one previously released film off of each of them. And hopefully, by the end of this episode, you have a nice full weekend full of movies to check out. And for this episode, I'm going to be highlighting Netflix, Disney Plus, and Mubi. And let's get started over on Netflix with a film that, I try to pick films that are at least 10 years old because there's plenty of new films for you to go check out. But really, the point of this is to go back and enjoy some films that you might have missed, or are some classics or some hidden gems. And here, this is a very contemporary film, and this is probably one of the most contemporary films that I've picked, and that is 2015's Sicario. And this film is this intense cartel-driven neo-western that is from writer Taylor Sheridan, obviously the proprietor of the Sheridan universe that's basically fueling Paramount Plus, whether it's Yellowstone or any of its spin-offs, and his films that he wrote like Hell or High Water or wrote and directed like Wind River. And here, his script gets put in the hands of director Denis Villeneuve, who, like last week, where focused on Prisoners, this is another incredible film that is so intense. It is so stark and bleak. And the work that Villeneuve does with a cinematographer like Roger Deakins, where every single shot and frame and every movement of the camera and such pristine editing to really create some intense moments. And this whole entire border crossing sequence in this film is worth the price of admission. It is intense, it is thrilling, it is unnerving to be plopped right into this scenario and have to be put on the edge of your seat dealing with just the insanity of it all. Then you have Emily Blunt, who plays Kate Macer, who is this idyllic FBI agent who's plopped in a much darker world that she has to explore and navigate. And that makes this story so much more fascinating as Blunt gives a fantastic performance. And she deals with Josh Brolin, who's this hardened government agent and who doesn't really have the best in mind for a lot of things. And you have Benicio del Toro's Alejandro, who is this phantom, this figure, this intense presence in this film, who really gets some time to shine, especially towards the end of this film. But you have the likes of John Bernthal, Victor Garber, and Daniel Kaluuya, Jeffrey Donovan, just so many great actors thrown in here. And this film is not an action film, it is a film of violence, and the violence is intense and suspenseful, impeccably directed and crafted by Villeneuve. Written Taylor Sheridan brings so much complexity to this story. Deakins shoots the hell out of it. This film is such an incredible experience and really showed just how much Denis Villeneuve had up his sleeve. Heading over to something completely different over on Disney Plus, it's 1996 Muppet Treasure Island. And this is a PSA. Disney, if you're listening, maybe you are, maybe you're not, but this needs to be heard. Why did you stop making Muppet movies adapting classic novels? Because Christmas Carol and Muppet Treasure Island are endlessly delightful and just incredible works. Christmas Carol is one of my favorite films, but this is so much fun too. And just this idea of having Muppets populating classic stories, it's a gold mine. And this particular film, which adapts Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island, is just such an enjoyable romp as Jim Hawkins and his buddies Rizzo and Gonzo have a map to find buried treasure, and Long John Silver, played by Tim Curry, is trying to find it. And you have, the captain of their ship, played by Kermit the Frog, and Sam the Eagle as Mr. Errol, his right hand man, and Fozzie the Bear, who it's the man inside his finger that put together the crew. This movie is incredibly funny. So many clever moments, so many great gags. Like Billy Connolly's extended death sequence, hilarious. Having somebody like Jennifer Saunders as Mrs. Blueridge, who just keeps like barreling through walls and stuff like that. And Tim Curry as Long John Silver is going full blown Muppet in terms of his over the top camp and just having a delightfully good time. It's just, it's an absolute charming experience just watching him go in this. And then, of course, you have all the incredible voice actors of the Muppets bringing the characters to life in this context. But really, it's the musical numbers like Professional Pirate or Cabin Fever and everything in between that are absolutely delightful. So much fun. Like they even underutilized Tim Curry in that way. He gets his one song Professional Pirate, and it's absolutely fantastic. And there's just so many infectiously fun moments. There's silly, over the top, fun action of it all. And it's honestly a good adaptation to Treasure Island. And it's just a delightful romp that the whole entire family can enjoy. So go enjoy it for sure. Lastly, over on Mubi, they're doing a lot of martial arts films and highlighting those. And here we have 1966's Come Drink With Me, where bandits kidnap a governor's son and demand their imprisoned leader to be set free in exchange. The governor's daughter, a skilled martial artist, is sent to rescue him, but eventually finds herself overmatched and in need of assistance. And this film has so many incredible action sequences. Writer director King Hu just is able to find so many great set pieces to maximize the incredible martial arts going on here and how it's all shot and capturing everything going on. You have the likes of Pai Pai Cheng, who plays our protagonist. She's a badass. She's so incredible to watch on the screen. There's plenty of twists and turns and unexpected elements here. There's so many intense, thrilling moments where this film really leans into this, and seeing this woman really standing out in this landscape of a lot of men. And she is such a strong protagonist, and we buy into her. And then the connections she builds along the way to help her be successful in this. This is certainly a martial arts film that might fly under the radar. It's not Bruce Lee, it's not this or that, but it's a film that has so much great action, has a great protagonist, and has all these elements that really come together to make this such a thrilling and enjoyable romp of a film. Peak action, great crime thriller elements mixed in with the martial arts action. This is a film that certainly needs to be watched and appreciated and enjoyed. It's certainly a classic hidden gem of martial arts filmmaking. And, you know, as they're highlighting all these, I haven't checked out a ton of them that they have on movie, but this is one that I have seen and can attest. This is a great experience cinematically and engages you and pulls you in and just doesn't let go. But those are my recommendations, and that's a wrap on another episode of the Streaming Wasteland. So let's do a little summation. We have 2015 Sicario over on Netflix, 1996's Muppet Treasure Island on Disney Plus, and 1966's Come Drink With Me over on Mubi. But make sure to like, comment, and share on this episode. What is your favorite Sheridan project or Villeneuve project? Is it the same one as the Sicario? What other classic novels do you want to see Muppeted and come to the big screen? And what are some of your go-to martial arts films in case you're a fan of martial arts films like that? Make sure to follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. The SPM Crew Podcasting Network is ever expanding. We have people looking to be guests on our shows. Love to have you talking movies, talking television, talking sports, music, all kinds of stuff. And if you have a podcast idea, make sure to reach out and we'll see about having you join the SPM crew. And if you like our logo, check out HiFlyer Creative for all your digital marketing needs. But as always, most importantly, thank you as always for tuning in and supporting the Streaming Wasteland here on the SPM Crew Podcasting Network.